Ms. Biljana Vasilevska TRAJKOSKA, you represent the Youth Social Rights Network. You're working a lot with young people in difficult situations, young people who live marginalized from mainstream society. How would you describe the particular obstacles that they experience to have access to meaningful youth participation?
Well, young people who have disadvantages or problems in today's societies had, and let's say, fortunate opportunities to face a lot of problems on the way to accessing social rights in general and participating in societies. First of all, because they are not visible for the society that they need to participate in. The society does not recognize them as part of itself, so they cannot participate in something in which they are not recognized, in which they are not accepted as meaningful participants, meaningful entities in societies, because they have a lot of problems. For example, like if you work with young people who are homeless, who are drug users, who are sex workers, who are, I don't know, part of the LGBT population, it's easier for the society to cut them off the system because their appearance here makes problems, because we need to change a lot of things in order to improve the situation of these young people so they can be able to participate. They can be fully able to understand what the participation means, because, for example, a young drug user is not really interested in participating. He's interested in getting the drug or getting the help back. So if we work with these young people and say that young drug users need to participate in society, then we raise a series of important issues that societies and governments and people need to fix for these young people, young person, to have an opportunity to stay drug-free, to know the meaning of the participation, and to actually one day participate. So one of the obstacles is that they're not visible, they're not accepted. The other obstacle is that they don't trust the authorities. They hate authorities openly because in a way they blame them for their situations. I mean, some of them at least blame them for their unfortunate situation. So you cannot make somebody participate in something that he hates. If a young person, if you invite a young drug users to come to this Palais of Europe, he will just laugh at your face and say that I cannot go there to see those bureaucracies, and they do nothing for me. They are the reasons why I don't have a job, I don't have home, I don't go to school, I don't have money, why I do drugs in the first place. So the other obstacle is the open hatred from the people who are disadvantaged, because they blame the society for their disadvantages. And then we have in some countries, these young people who are mostly disadvantaged, they are easy to manipulate with. You can, if you promise a person a home, he can give you his whole life. I mean, he can give you his vote, he can give you his support. But when you don't fulfill your promise, then you lose this person forever.
Of course.
So basically, the mistrust that exists between these young people and the society is the base for all other obstacles that may arise on their way to youth participation and accessing their rights in the first place.
But your primary concern of your network is the access to social rights. And what methods do you use to improve access to social rights for these people?
There are a variety of methods that we use for improvement. For example, I mean, we work on different levels. It's a network of young people, youth workers, youth organizations, public and private entities, local authorities, business sector, everybody that is interested in improvement of access to social rights. How do we do it? For a case working with young people, we tend to inform them. What are their social rights? How can they be accessed? What they need to do to access their rights? We tend to empower these young people to get on their feet when it comes to social rights, so they can be able to claim them. If you don't know that you have right to something, you cannot claim it. If you don't know that you, even though you are, let's say, a drug user, you have the right to work, and you don't have to be discriminated for your health problem, you will not be able to access your work. You will not be able to claim it, to fight for it, to, I don't know, to fight discrimination in the working environment or something. For example, other example is when we do with youth organizations, we empower these youth organizations to address properly the needs from one side, the needs of the young people from disadvantaged neighborhoods or with facing disadvantages, and from the other side to work on advocacy and lobbying to the authorities, but also to try to establish cooperational relations with authorities and to try to act like link, like a glue between young people and authorities, to get them all on board, on the same place, to work together to see how they can improve the situation with these young people. And when we work, let's say, with local authorities and business sector, we work on the same field, but with different approach. We work with local authorities to try to be more acceptable for these young people, to make them more visible, not just in the documents, but also in the projects, in the practices that they do on local level, on regional level, to get in touch with these young people, either directly by going out of the offices and on the fields, just trying to get to know the young people, to introduce themselves, because they are the elective body. They are the body that elected these authorities. And then we try to work with local authorities, if they cannot reach these young people, to work with the youth organizations that can reach these young people. So if they cannot access the young people, then they can work with the youth organizations who work with these young people and try to find a way to get in touch all together again, to fix some of the problems and the obstacles that they have. So most of this is the approach, and the methods vary from the let's say the population that we work with. It's either peer education or conferences or meetings or trainings, or there are a variety of ways of how to do it.
You mentioned the importance of local and regional authorities. You will speak today in a conference on youth participation at local and regional levels. What do you think the local and regional authorities can do to promote a genuine culture of participation of young people in their communities?
First, I mean, I don't want to be misunderstood. First, and the most important thing is that they should, not all, I mean, I don't speak in general, but they should stop lying the young people about the things that they promise that they will achieve. If you are honest with the young person, he will be honest and very helpful to you. If you approach the young people honestly, with an open heart, then you will receive a lot in return. So maybe that's the important thing, to try to teach them by showing a model of behavior, not just by saying that you should do this, but actually make young people see what you want them to do. If local authorities want young people to participate, let that be visible. So provide not just words, but also something visible, a model for identification, let's say.
To lead by example,
yes,
so to speak.
Yes.
Biljana, thank you so much, and I wish you every success in your important work.
Thank you.
Thank you.